All right, everybody, we are live with the NXT Stand and Deliver watch along, and I'm excited. I just got in from work, so we are just setting up here. I'm looking at a video package right now, getting ready for Carmello Hayes and Trick Williams. About to see if I'm about to whoop that Trick, and I'm excited, guys. Before we get started, if anyone's just tuning in, here is a word from our great sponsors.
If you haven't tried Game Up, then you are missing out. Imagine your favorite seltzer and your favorite sports drink had a baby, but it's way better than that. Each can is 110 calories, low carb, 4.9 ABV. It's a nice light drink that is not light on flavor. Game Up comes in fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. Pick it up at drinkgameup.com or at your nearest liquor store.
All right, that's a word from our great sponsors. Like I said, we're getting ready. NXT Stand and Deliver here on the Working Fans Podcast. Drink Game Up. Drink it. Drink that shit. Guys, I'm going to, as I'm getting ready here, I'm going to have me hit you up with one more little sponsor. All right, because we got them, baby. We got sponsors for days here. Although Game Up is the only one that pays us, so they get top billing. Everybody else going to have to chill out. Black Bart. Where you at? All right. You ain't got no Black Bart. All right. You just got to deal with me then. I'm just setting up a couple things here real quick. My man Joe in the comments, he threw his voice out last night, folks. That guy went too hard. The hell's he doing? Got this whole weekend set up here. Relying on my dumb ass. I'm over here with a head cold. Wrestleville. That's right, folks. That is right. Wrestleville. We love Wrestleville. They got books about Lance by Chance, Lance Von Erich, Black Bart. So many great books. And we are just getting ready for NXT Stand and Deliver. I'm watching the video package show up here right now. Then, now, forever. Hey, anybody just tuning in? I wonder if you guys got to watch the Hall of Fame last night, right? How cool was that? Hall of Fame. Paul Heyman, man. That guy friggin' killed it. God, I could watch Paul Heyman cut promos for days, right? Absolutely one of the greatest interviews of all time. I said this recently. I think there's an argument to be made that Paul Heyman has replaced Bobby Heenan as the greatest manager of all time. Blasphemy, some people said. And I love Bobby Heenan. Grew up on Bobby Heenan. But man, Paul Heyman, just the work he's done in the last years with Punk, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, obviously, all good stuff. And like I said, we're getting ready. Watch this watch along here, and looking at the video packages right now, setting everything up with the big Dom here. Ilja Dragunov. Wow, Dragunov. I don't know, man. I don't want to see him lose this title yet. I don't know what you guys think. I just think he's been on a hell of a run. But I do want to see Dragunov on the main roster. So. I'm enjoying this Noam Dar and the rest of his gang in this school setting here as we go over the NXT stuff. Oh, my God. Too much. Noam Dar is hilarious. But while we're doing this, why don't we take a quick look at one of our other sponsors here?
I just got some wrestling fans up there. Listen, Oba Femi has got a book. It's called Wrestle. Right there. It's got some dead good stories in there about some dead good wrestlers.
Read stories of Dusty Rhodes, the Von Erich, Scott Casey, Sergeant Slaughter, Roddy Piper, Mr. Fuji, Ron Bass, Bruiser Brody, Mike Davis, the Grappler, and many others.
And I guarantee you one thing. That it'll be the best dadgum read you've had in a long time.
Get your book today at Russellville.com or on Amazon. Russellville, it's where wrestling lives.
All right, and we are back and ready to go with NXT Stand and Deliver as we continue. Right now, I'm watching the video package for the three-way with Josh Briggs, Dijak, and Oba Femi for the North American Championship. Can't wait for that one. That's one of the ones I'm looking forward to most, probably. I think all three of those guys just have star potential on the main roster at some point there. And as I saw in the comment here, the Metaphor are the ones who are kind of hosting this little video package here so far. So anybody tuning in to NXT Stand and Deliver out there, guys, let me know some of the matches you're looking forward to. Let me know some of the matches you're looking forward to tonight at WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania Night 1 for WrestleMania 40. We got AJ Strange Brew on the way there right now. He's been texting me all day. He's hoping to meet some of the wrestlers. He's going to the WWE World down there. So, yeah, I'm interested. So this says, all right, Metaphor now with the microphone. Welcoming people to Stand and Deliver. I am curious to see what match they will start off with. I got in my notes here, the tag title match was being predicted to start off here. So Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier. We'll see if that is the start off match. Oh, look at this panel. We got Wade Barrett, Vic Joseph, Booker T. Good to see Wade back. Arena looks packed. It does. Yeah, there's a lot of people for NXT Stand and Deliver here. Super excited for this show. I don't know what it is about NXT for me right now, but their weekly shows are okay, but there's just certain parts of it that don't connect with me. You know, I just feel like it's a little cartoonish at times. But when they do these big premium live events, I love the live events. Like I just feel like it's like the old NXT days, you know, the takeovers. Sassman in the comments. I can't wait. Let's start. That's how I'm feeling, Sass. Let's get this thing started, man. Sass. All right. And we are starting off with the tag titles. Frazier and Axiom. This is good. I predicted yesterday, I think we're going to get new tag team champs here because they went through a lot of trouble to put these guys in here, right? Like they had to beat the Good Brothers last minute to get in this match. So I'm predicting upset. You know, I love these guys, right? This is great high flyers. So we'll see a great babyface team. Nathan Frazier. First time I saw Nathan Frazier, by the way, Sass and anyone else listening here, was in AEW. They had a show, I want to say it went on late after a basketball game, and Nathan Frazier was one of the guys on there. And he just had a killer match, and I think he had worked dark. And next thing I know, he got picked up for the NXT UK brand. And I thought, oh, man, that's interesting. And here he is now at NXT Stand and Deliver a couple years later, and it's nice to see him getting his big shot. I mean, again, too, the tag champs are coming out, Breaker and Corbin. I can't help but think, even though I'm predicting an upset, like you can just look when Corbin and Breaker come out, they look like big stars right now, right? Like Breaker looks like a guy who is ready to, like he's already on the main roster, but like he looks like a guy who's about to have a major run. And Corbin, I think this is the best work of Baron Corbin's career right now. Like out of anything he's ever done, like he's went back to NXT and basically reinvented himself. Patricia, how are you? Happy Mania Day. I talked to my co-host. He is on his way to Philadelphia. I hope that you're already there safe and ready to go. Watch the show. All right. Look at this. High flying action already. Axiom. Woo! All right. They sent in Baron Corbin in the ring here. All right, we'll let AJ know. That's pretty good. I don't know what AJ's up to right now out there. Busy guy, but yeah, we'll see how his travel's going. I'm enjoying this stand and deliver though. Wow. I'm telling you, great match to kick it off with. Frazier ducking the clothesline. Tilt-a-whirl DDT, perhaps? Yes. Sassman Baron, Corbin should go to TNA. I bet he'd kill it. I bet he would kill it down in TNA, honestly. He's already had probably, like, what else can he really do in WWE, right? He's already had a run on the main roster. And like I said, right now, I feel like this is the best run he's had in NXT with Breaker. So maybe just helping these young guys get ready. Yeah, you hate Corbin. No offense. I feel like a lot of people hate Corbin. I was never a huge fan of him. Honestly, I think this run right now in NXT, I keep saying this, but I feel like it's his best run. I've enjoyed him a little more, but yeah, no, I can't say that whenever he was on Raw or SmackDown, like he was not must-view TV. Oh, double super kick by Axiom and Frazier. On Corbin, looking to get that pin. Axiom, he is, this guy is fast motion. Oh, Corbin catches him, though. Ooh, Death Valley driver. Bounces up, picks him up. Suplex. Maybe almost had a brain buster, too. And Axiom kicks out. Tags the Braun Breaker. How do we feel about Braun Breaker, though? Do we hate Braun Breaker? To me, this guy's money. Axiom does a clothesline. Oh, I feel like, Braun Breaker just rips through him with a clothesline. This Braun Breaker is a machine. He's a dog. I was waiting for him to come back with that big spear. Spear somebody out of their boots. Sassman, glad to see you in the comments too, by the way, man. So, Patricia, no, I do think Cody's going to win the title, but I have this feeling that The Rock and Roman are going to win tonight. I think that they're going to find a way to cheat to win, and I think Cody's going to have to overcome a lot tomorrow. But I think Cody will win tomorrow. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, it's awesome weekend, man, right? This is just the appetizer here, Oh, look at Breaker with these push-ups in the ring right now. Oh, my God. As I chew on a cough drop. Mr. Professional. Joe's having an aneurysm somewhere listening to me. But Joe went a little too hard last night on his voice with Ring of Honor, so he's got to save it. He's going to be in the comments here. Maybe you get a little bit of him here and there. Yeah, Mark Briscoe last night. Great victory for Mark Briscoe. Happy to see him and his, do this for not only for himself, but for his family, be Ring of Honor champion. That's a cool thing. Joe fucked up. Yeah, he did. Love producer Joe. Oh, all right. Double tag here. Frazier and Corbin coming in. Nice drop kick off the ropes. Braun Breaker gets shoved out. Oh, Nathan Frazier. I almost called him Joe Frazier. Nathan Frazier. Drop kicks. I can't even keep up with this. Wow. Corbin can't keep up with this. Hooks the leg. Nice. You hate the end of days, huh, Sassman? That's interesting because I would honestly say that's the best thing about him. Oh, that's funny. Sassman, what match are you looking forward to the most this weekend? Maybe your top two. Big power bomb by Corbin here. Oh, wow. Axiom just drop kicks Breaker out of his shoes. Oh, his old entrance. Yeah. Hey, worst thing about Corbin was when he was doing that authority gimmick and he had like the waiter outfit on. Like he had that white shirt and just the long black pants. I could not stand that. That had such change the channel heat with me. Yes, the tag team ladder match. I am very excited about that. Rumors are we could end up with 2 set of champs. It's like, we get 2 different teams grabbing different belts here. If that's the case, Regeneration X all the way, baby. Oh, wow. Hurricanrana. Or Frankensteiner, I should say, just like his uncle. So did anybody watch the Hall of Fame last night? Or any of the Hall of Fame? All right. There's only one team you hate in it. Huh. And what team would that be, Sass? Trying to think. Becky and Rhea and the Cody matches. Yeah, I'm excited for Becky and Rhea. I think that, honestly, like Becky and Rhea are probably the 2 best women wrestlers in the world right now. When you talk about like complete packages, Oh, Legado del Fantasma. Yeah. I forgot they were even in it, honestly. I do think Carlito is going to cost Rey Mysterio and Andrade after watching SmackDown last night. Do not trust Carlito. Oh, yes. Trish is not a fan either. Whoa! Wow! Axiom flying off here. Look at Joe back in, sneaking around here.
I was waiting to see if I had the computer power. We are uploading videos to YouTube as we speak. Really trying to hold on my voice as much as possible. I literally held on till the very last second I had to last night. What's going on, Patricia? Thank you for joining us today. What are you doing before Mania today? What are the plans? Are you going to WWE World?
And Sass, if you didn't see last night, Andrade ended up helping Rey Mysterio against Legado Fantasma on a beatdown, and Dragon Lee was attacked in the back. So Andrade is going to be teaming with Rey tonight against Dominic and Santos. But Carlito seemed very suspicious, so I just have this feeling Carlito's going to end up costing him.
Now, did that happen after you got off the live last night?
Yes, because after I got off the live last night, I had SmackDown still on, and I just said, I'm not going to get a chance to watch this. I'm going to fast forward before I go to bed, and I actually made one short before I got to bed. You'll be proud of me, too. I put in the Ring of Honor watch-along and related videos. So I was like, hey, if this short does well, hopefully it'll get in. But
nice. I was about to. That was going to be some other off-air business I was going to attend to.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if that did overly well, but yeah. To be honest, goodbye, Dragon Lee. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. I thought
it's been really start and stop with him so far.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you got a
ready for the
costume.
big show, dressing up, going there.
All right. Good for you.
AJ Strangebrew was going dressed as a cupcake, by the way.
He told me.
No, I don't think he's dressing up for the show.
He had an idea that this is going to be an old man reference here, but Joe will get what I'm going. He was talking about the people that dress like Randy Savage, Dusty Rhodes, and Mick Foley, and he said he had an idea that he could dress like Ole Anderson, and maybe
yeah, they think Ole came back from the dead. Like, oh, is that young Ole?
Yeah, I said
I could see him as Bill Watts' like nephew. That's Jeffrey Watts over there. Don't you know he was a step away from Mid-South?
Oh, man.
Oh, big spear there.
I'm watching. I actually was kicking him in the face. I think I'm about to see what
wow. Did not see that coming. Jesus Christ. Maybe I'll turn down the spoiler alerts over here.
Wow.
Shit's
So Breaker and Corbin. I'm so confused by everything going on here. But Breaker and Corbin are going to be still your tag champs. They got it done. All right.
I like this. Not only is AJ Strangebrew vlogging for TikTok, Patricia's out there doing. Sassman appreciates that spear.
That was a crazy spear.
That's one of the biggest things about this weekend is going to be seeing the fan experiences. Because it's one thing seeing it on TV, but it's another thing waiting in line, making it into that stadium, going from the concourse to when you walk through those doors and you see where the Philadelphia Eagles play, and then there's going to be a wrestling ring in the middle of it. Voice is already sounding good.
Yeah. Wow. This is crazy. I'm gonna pop out of my watch along for a minute here. Not my watch along, I'm gonna see if I can just catch up to you in a couple seconds that I was behind here.
Now, guys, thank you for joining us for this watch along. We have another one tonight. Me and Dave and I've been hearing myself say that grammatically wrong for weeks, and I fucking hate it. So Dave and I are going to do a second watch along today, my third this weekend. By the end of it, I'm going to sound like one of the sisters from The Simpsons.
You know what AJ told me off air? There's a lot of the same things we were talking about, Joe. He said that a lot of these matches tonight could go either way.
Yeah, that's the one great thing about, God, so many of the matches on Mania. Because I was even telling my brother about it. With each match, there's 3-4 possible ways it could go afterwards. And that's why it's been tiring talking about Mania. Because you can speculate about where everything's going to go. But every week, there's been a new twist to the story, a new wrinkle to unfold that it really could go anywhere.
And I like seeing this NXT shop commercial with some of these guys, like Dragunov, Trick Williams, Oba Femi, right? They look like up-and-coming stars. Like, just, dude, I don't know. Joe, did you get to watch the Hall of Fame at all last night?
No, I've seen bits and clips this morning, but it's been a rough night for me.
I love the production of it. It was so good. Patricia, your boyfriend will be in the vlog, so you guys will meet him in the vlog. He is the guy dressing up as Cody, like I told you. That's awesome. All right, I'll look forward to that. And okay, you were all right, Slash. You were wrong. I was wondering because I didn't remember Legato in that match. I thought they were they didn't get put in. So okay, that's good. I didn't want them in anyway. So. I'm
loving this Intercontinental title video that we're watching right here.
I see that. I go with Gunther and the footage of Pat Patterson right now and Rocco, Tito.
Dude, this is how you do WWE right. Like this video package.
Oh man. How cool is it to see
This
some of
is why
these-
we're excited for WrestleMania, because of things like this. Because of just a lot of these small changes that WWE has made.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And I went and blew my voice out on Ring of Honor.
Like a bitch.
Highly recommend the show. You should go back and watch it. The Stardom match was great. Taven and Bennett versus the Infantry was great as well. Even the 0 Hour. I watched the whole show.
You did? 5 hours, brother. Those watch
I
hours.
came in at like 4:35. It was funny because of that mistake. My brother asked me when WrestleMania started tonight. I told him 7. He goes, "Is that the pre-show?" I'm like, after last night, I don't fucking know. But I think it's going to be 7, and it's going to be like a Super Bowl where you're going to get a 2-hour pre-show for it.
Yeah, there is a 2-hour pre-show at 5, and there's no matches scheduled or anything for that. So
I was kind of sad we missed Gacy and Spears, because from what I saw, it was a great match.
yeah, and we called it. Gacy won.
Yeah, we know what's up.
What did we disagree on for this one?
Oba Femi and Josh Briggs.
No, so just a 1 on this one. Okay.
Yep.
All right, we'll see how that goes.
You were 2 for 2 last night, so I don't
One of
like
those-
my chances today.
One of those are very random.
Yeah, the Stardom match is definitely a coin flip.
Yeah.
I almost want to buy that Stardom show on Fight after seeing that 6-woman tag. It was a great showcase. It was high energy. And it led me to think, how do we not have a semi-decent big women's promotion in the U.S.? I mean, you have Shine, you have Shimmer, you have the Women of Wrestling that's on TV. But it's like, I think you could do... I don't know to what degree it's going to be big, but there's enough women's talent where you could do just an all women's promotion.
I forgot to mute there. Forgive me, Joe. But yeah, I'm taking a cough drop. I'm doing my best. Yeah. Keeping myself preserved here as best I can. And
I know,
Joe,
I like Dave's taking proper ways to like preserve your voice. And I'm over here with my Arizona green tea with ginseng, like it's doing something.
I didn't do us any favors. Like I said, I didn't know if you heard me. I got to talk to AJ. We talked for about an hour, just talking about the Hall of Fame.
I missed every bit of that.
Yeah. We talked for an hour, just talk about the Hall of Fame, and man, there was a great story last night. You talk about, this is going to sound kind of random, but Thunderbolt Patterson, which some people I think thought he was a little long-winded, and he was talking about religion and stuff. But the guy's 84 years old. I mean, give him a break. He's happy to be alive, and he's getting honored, and they let him talk, which I thought was cool. But there was a story. He had this. I forget the guy's name. You'll have to look it up. But he was like a historian and a friend, like a wrestling historian and a friend of Thunderbolt. And he talked about some of the adversity that Thunderbolt Patterson had to overcome. And there was a story basically where he was going to Texas for a show.
So it's Knuckles.
And Dory Funk Jr. was the promoter. Look at that. Dory Funk Jr. 's promoter. And they told him, don't bring Thunderbolt Patterson to this part of Texas. I think it was Abilene. He said because the sheriff's wife was killed. And Dory's like, I'm going to bring him. So too bad. And what happened was there was a caricature drawn of Thunderbolt Patterson as the person who killed the sheriff's wife. Well, come to find out, the person who killed the sheriff's wife was the sheriff. So, yeah, they found that out. Thunderbolt was fine. That's the kind of stuff that man had to overcome. As I give a history lesson, everybody doesn't you. Well, Dijak is coming in the ring.
I was letting you talk. I had something to say, and I totally forgot what it was.
Joe's hurting. That's all right. Dijak coming in the ring, looking like a BMF.
Nice.
Okay.
Patricia staying in the comments. Sassman staying in the comments.
Yeah,
we had some dedicated people in the comments last night. Even Cheveruni stayed far later than I expected him to.
I'm curious to see what I know Patricia's boyfriend's gonna look like. Gonna look like Cody. So kind of curious what Patricia's doing here. I like the whole fan experience here. Here comes Josh Briggs, looking like Terry Gordy.
Yeah, I'm not a big cosplay person, so when I see people that put this effort into their outfits, I love the effort.
Yeah, me too.
I myself wouldn't do it. I mean, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna look like Joe. Oh, and the thing about the knuckles, did you see the promo? Did I send it to you with Dijak hitting the punching machine?
No.
I guess there was like one of those boxing machines, and Dijak tells Knuckles like he's gonna wind up to hit it, and then he goes, "No, I'm saving it for the match." And I was wondering what the Knuckles tie-in was. So,
there you go. No, I didn't get that.
Maybe I'll send it to you later. I sent you some other choice shorts today.
I saw some of those.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. They were all funny.
My little man Finn. You know what that was. I thought he was talking Samoan.
Talking Samoan, do we see a new Samoan family member tonight?
I predict Monday. You will. That's my prediction.
Monday, okay. I'll take it.
Oba Femi, this entrance right now in this arena, this is big star stuff, man, huh?
Yeah. Watching him enter right now, I wish I hadn't picked against him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
there was a promo like 2 weeks ago with Brooks Jensen in the parking lot talking about, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I was getting the idea that he felt like he wasn't living up to Josh Briggs.
Right.
And for some reason, like, how does Oba Femi not go to the main roster? He feels like he's way too big for this title right now, even though he's so new.
That's the thing. He's so new, though. So they got time to cook with him, you know? So I'm curious. That's right. They got time to cook with him. I've been hearing enough people talking about this. Let him cook. All right. Booker T. I'm hearing Booker T on Joe's feed over there.
Yeah, let me turn it down a little bit. Trying to get just enough volume so I can kind of get an idea what's going on. Oh, yeah, Randy hung out almost to the end last night. Didn't even watch ROH. Just watched us watching ROH, which is great. That's what those day one watchers and listeners, they really stay with us.
Oh, so they're both double teaming Oba Femi right now. Oba Femi's got both boots. Wow! Oh my God! What a spot!
Yeah, Josh Briggs. That landing on Josh's neck looked nasty.
That did not look good.
I mean, this is how you take him out, right? Oba Femi looks like that, just powerhouse.
Yeah. Sassman, I don't know if you're still there. I'm curious what you think of Oba Femi. Oh, look at this double shoulder block.
They're really taking it to this guy right now.
Yeah. This is unique. I don't know who put this match together, and I'm not just counting the talent, but they're obviously young talent, so I'm thinking somebody worked on this match here with them.
Ooh. Oba Femi stays standing. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Dijak, nice super kick there. Oh, that would be what you just saw. He catches Dijak. Oh, holy shit. This guy's offense
Josh Briggs
is
getting knocked around like he's nothing.
Oh, my God. Oba Femi, I know where you're at. Presses Dijak on to Josh Briggs. Oh,
I'm just ahead of you. So
Just a little
This
bit. Yeah.
is great.
This guy is
Should not have picked against this guy.
Well, I wonder sometimes like how they're going to do the call-ups and stuff in the main roster because they are going on the CW network too, right? And you do want to position some people as stars now that you're going to be on network.
Yeah.
Television.
I got to admit, as much as I need a new office chair, I can't believe they're throwing around an office chair like that. Man, you're going to break it. It's going to lose its like staying up ability. You're going to sink every time you sit in it.
What's he setting up here? Oh, they're gonna put Obi in that office chair. Looks like Dijak punching him down. Oh,
this is definitely a good opening match.
Yeah. Well, second match.
Oh yeah, second match. First match for me.
Opening tag match. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was so focused on the video.
Briggs has got Dijak. Tosses him into. Oh, wow. What a bump that was. They're checking on him.
Ooh. That replay looks nasty.
Let's see here.
See, when you're watching this sequence now, where I'm at least, I could see Briggs winning this because he looks good. But then, of course, the strike to the midsection.
Yeah, no, Briggs has been looking good. He's definitely somebody that, like, I could see being the champ down here. He's improved as hell. But, I don't know, man. The timing right now, what they're doing with this guy, Oba Femi, is incredible. It's almost, it kind of reminds me of a Goldberg-like push in the sense he won that NXT breakout tournament and then immediately got the North American Championship, and now he's having these like really impressive performances.
Yeah, he's getting like that next big thing spot from them.
Yeah. Oh, nice double choke slam. I don't think this is a three-way elimination, right?
No, I think it's first pin fall to a win.
Yeah, lacking a little logic there that they would both try to go for the pin.
Yeah, so you got that natural thing where you got the two people teaming up to take out the big man.
Right.
And then when it comes down to it, who's actually going to get that pin?
Oh, nice double choke slam spot. Oba Femi, he's got great big man offense.
That's a little dangerous because in case you plan on making one of those two people, you're almost like showing that, hey, Femi's going to win this because he's going to overcome. Saspin needs the Knuckles costume. Yeah, notice now that Vince McMahon's gone, you're getting the branding a lot more around the ring. It's not in the ring yet, but it's on the mats. It's everywhere.
Should be tonight, though. That prime spot is going to be in the ring tonight.
Oh, it's in the ring tonight. Wow.
Yeah, prime. That'll be the first one they've ever had in the ring.
Wow, that's breaking new ground.
Yep.
But I heard Triple H say this is the start of a new era, and you're not going to believe what they have coming. So I get excited when I hear that, knowing that Triple H is such a fan and now has an ability to control what makes it on TV and how the company goes.
Yeah, Paul broke one of the rules last night. You weren't supposed to mention Vince at the Hall of Fame. Paul said I'm breaking a rule, but he talked about how awesome it was to work for Triple H and Paul Levesque in the era that we're in now. And he talked about, what it means and the stars that he's going to be building. And he went over, shook his hand, and he was very complimentary of Stephanie McMahon too. And Stephanie McMahon had an ECW hat on last night, which Paul joked, I think it's safe to say we all know now she married the wrong Paul. Wow, that
Yeah, it sounded
Larry
like he was firing on all
rope.
cylinders last night.
Holy crap. Hats off for Dijak for being able to take a spot like that, huh?
Yeah, that dude is next level talent in the ring there.
Yeah. Like in terms of athletic ability, oh my God. Who is working with the big man down in NXT? Because they're doing a great job. Like they're portraying these guys as monsters, but as athletic monsters.
Yeah, they're not just going to that old note of these guys are just big and
Right.
they perform big guy moves. It's like, oh, if you can do some of the things that the more athletic guys can do, find what they can do and do it well.
Yeah, but doing it in a way that still presents them as a monster too, though.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, because
what's
you're
strange.
seeing Briggs and Dijak are both in that similar mold.
Mm-hmm.
And Femi in a way too. He's not as tall, but he's just that bulky powerhouse.
Oh my God, the boots flying around. This is a great three-way dance.
Yeah, this is every bit as exciting as I expected it to be.
AJ probably wishes he could actually see this match right now. This is right up his alley. Look at Dijak unload on Briggs. Briggs, though, grabs him by the throat. Almost an Undertaker-like spot there. By the way, you know who inducted Muhammad Ali in the Hall of Fame last night?
Who's that?
Undertaker inducted Muhammad Ali in the Hall of Fame last night.
Okay.
I thought that was interesting. Well, call.
Yeah, you got to have somebody do it. I mean, Undertaker is like one of their legacy guys that they seem to be giving more like speaking opportunities to.
Yeah.
So,
Dijak firing up here. Ooh. Wow, Canadian Destroyer.
yeah, that looks good. Nearly got that pin.
I believe that referee was a zombie once on NXT.
I forgot about the zombie match.
Zombie ref, baby. It's a different time.
Yeah, how far have we come from empty arena COVID, all the wildness that happened after that, to like really feeling like honestly a new era of WWE.
It really is. Yeah, and Triple H is talking about this as the kickoff, really, so that's cool.
Oh shit. Oh no.
I'm watching Briggs Dijak walk the top rope with Josh Briggs here. And Oba Femi now coming up from behind. Joe's a little ahead of me. You can see his reaction. Holy shit. Femi's got both of them on his shoulders. Oh, God. It's so dangerous.
How nervous is the dude on top of that?
Oh, my God. Wow. Dijak getting knocked out.
Femi's got to win this, right? As good as everybody looks, this dude just looks super strong.
Yeah. So impressive. Hey, thank you for everybody.
I think the only thing the other two got on him is just that they already have a name and just a little bit more experience. That's why Oba Femi's got to win.
Oba Femi has literally come out of nowhere, really, So, but that's kind of a great thing, right? You know, he's an unknown commodity, and he's getting a chance to really shine.
And I mean, this is what people want from wrestling, right? They want companies to develop their own new stars.
And you want a little bit of everything, right? You need the power guys too.
Yeah, a lot of these guys make it from sports, but some of these sports stars actually turn into good wrestlers.
Absolutely.
All right, the Feast Your Eyes hit on Oba Femi from what I'm watching.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too, actually.
Oof.
Oh, Briggs with a moonsault. Super kick by Dijak. Going back towards Femi.
Going for a second Feast Your Eyes here.
Gets it. Goes for the pin.
1, 2, go!
Josh Briggs says, nah.
That was perfectly timed.
Yeah.
I was like, how is he not getting it? He hit 2 Feast Your Eyes.
Yeah.
That puts people away.
Yeah, so they didn't weaken the finisher. Briggs takes a little more of a heel turn here. I feel like they're setting something up here. Dijak. Oh,
Over the top.
yeah, that's like a little man spot. I remember Chavo Guerrero doing that, jumping over referee. Dijak does it. Now Dijak going back to Femi. Rams him into the post. Look at Dijak setting something up here. Oh, wow. Briggs just speared Femi through the barricade. Wait, Dijak behind the Briggs, though. They're on the floor. And the feast. Oh, yeah, he did get him.
Blocked.
Yeah. Oh, Dijak. Throwing Briggs in the ring. Femi's been taken out, Joe.
I know. I'm feeling like this could come down to one of 2 people here.
Yeah. You might get this right, or we're both wrong.
I actually picked Josh Briggs, sadly. It's like I wanted Dijak to win, but I felt like it would be Briggs' time. Oh,
that hand coming around. Wow. Hats off to the way they just filmed that. Oh, man.
and I feel like that's a move I've seen Dijak pull off on people.
Oh, man. He just powerbombed right on Briggs. Oh, Briggs is covered. And
All right, you got it right.
Yeah.
Do not pick against Dave this weekend.
I'm on fire. We still got the main shows to come up, though.
I don't know if we disagreed on anything on the main shows. No. I picked Awesome Truth. You picked DIY.
That's probably the main one. And you should be the favorite in that one.
You would think. But if they split the titles, we have a chance of both being right.
Could be, yeah. I feel like there's a couple women's matches we might disagree too. I went with my heart on a few of them.
Nothing on night 1. And it looks like the Io Sky Bailey on night 2 we disagreed on.
Okay.
Very few, though.
Yeah.
And this is one of the rare days where Dave and I didn't get to have a pre-show talk before we went live.
No.
It was very short. We've been running hard. Dave has the family and bread commitment. Yeah. Luckily, I got nothing but time.
Saw my family for a few minutes.
I got no voice, though. That's the one thing I don't have.
Sacrificed himself. He sacrificed his voice for you people. Show up in the comments and keep watching. He needs this.
Yeah, I have a feeling as the weekend goes on, our watch-alongs are going to get bigger. Last night did respectable numbers, but it's probably going to be the lowest we've done. I have a feeling with the excitement behind Stand and Deliver, we're going to do probably 50 better viewers. And I'm expecting big things from WrestleMania Night 1.
Yeah. There's just going to be so many people. I mean, the only thing that could, what haunt us with WrestleMania is there might be so many people actually just watching. You know?
Maybe, but you can never discount the amount of lonely people out there that just want to talk wrestling with somebody.
I appreciate you all.
We find some of them. We have a lot of great fans, though. We've been talking about it over the last few days. How many great people come over from TikTok and are actually like enthusiastic fans. We've met 3 or 4 that are going to be at Mania tonight. And TikTok has the smallest amount of a troll community that I've seen yet.
Yeah, no doubt. People generally supportive in TikTok. I saw you had posted the video up of AJ on TikTok, and I saw comments generally like, awesome, man, way to go, and have fun out there, and like just very supportive. You know, there wasn't anybody like making fun of him.
Yeah, Randy Orton was in the comments, apparently.
I saw that too. the names could be picked a little better, but that's not for me to decide. That's my opinion. I was like, oh shit! He found time to comment. He figured he'd be so wrapped up in his big match tonight.
We're still wondering if that's the real Zilla Fat too. I mean,
that
chances
one
are,
legit, but I can't figure out why. He
we had, I think I sent you the message last night, but on our live Instagram feed, Scott Chaplin, former guest of the show, co-host of Out for Smokes and Wrestle Roast, apparently watched us for a little bit. I don't know how long it was, but he was in there live.
He got there and he was like, oh shit, get me out of here.
I don't know. Instagram, it's one of those things where we link it up, but we do it so infrequently, I don't always think to check it. And we got kicked out after a couple hours last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it topped out. I think after 2.5, it was like, yeah, we done. I'm like, Instagram, I wish I was on the same wavelength as you.
This is all you got.
I was so tired. I wanted to stop before the main event, but the main event was such a big build-up. I'm like, how do you not watch this?
Yeah.
And then the second it ended, I had to shut it right off because my voice was not even hanging on. I'm watching all these content creators on Instagram, and it's great to see so many people down at WrestleMania.
Been a lot of home invasion angles lately, huh?
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
This one's a little better than the one they did with the Gun Club.
It's just funny because this gave me like Stone Cold vibes from LA Knight.
The Gun Club just basically knocked down Billy Gunn's protein powder.
Mix that, Dad.
Billy Gunn comes home. It's like, what the hell? And everybody leaves.
They took the last of his Pepsi, no sugar. Hey, man, those are 10-cent redeemables. That is a match I'm not going to get to commentate, but I'm going to love watching tomorrow night. All right, they're pumping up Tony D'Angelo backstage.
Yeah. Well, what should be the next match here? Maybe the 6-woman match?
That's a good question.
Maybe the women's title?
Maybe women's title, 6-women match, championship, and then Trick.
Yeah, well, Trick and Carmello are definitely the main event on here.
Yeah. I kind of like the metaphor as hosts of this.
Yeah, they're perfect for that. Theo Hale acting crazy. That Thea be acting crazy. So this looks like the 6-woman match, I believe.
I think so. Yep. I'm telling you, this show is moving at a much brisker pace than last night. I am enjoying this heavily.
Yeah, keep them coming out.
I'm alright with this match finally being here. I
How
don't
many
expect a
people-
ton from it, but it's advancing a story. It's featuring a lot of ladies on the show, so I will take it.
I wonder how many people are watching this weekend NXT Stand and Deliver and like both nights of WrestleMania. Like they're live. I wonder.
Ooh, that's a good question.
You pick win champion.
Dave, are you on your burner YouTube account?
I pick Cody Rhodes.
Could they be talking about Ilja Dragunov and Tony D'Angelo?
Oh, I mean, if you're talking about that match, yeah, we already talked about this. I think Joe converted me. Yeah, we're gonna go Tony D'Angelo, right?
Yep. And then women's championship match, we both see Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, they just done such a good job. It's interesting that Braun Breaker won tonight, and he's already on the main roster. So they're not afraid of having people do double duty right now.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect that, especially with how good Axiom and Nathan Frazier have been. I figured it was their time to take that off them, because I could have even seen the Wolf Dogs going to the main roster on their own.
Sure. Thea Hale, I love the energy of this character, by the way.
Yeah, she definitely seems like a girl that would get into a fight at a Walmart parking lot, though.
She's playing that well.
Over a parking spot.
Yeah. Take my spot. Hey, get back here, bitch. So
I know, she looks like she says hello by saying the fuck you say to me.
It's about this time my kids walked into the room. And I'm like, you bitch!
Oh, yeah, take that face plant right off the mat.
Getting a jump here. Mm. The heels. Looking good. Kiana James, JC Jane, Izzy Dame.
So, Dave, what's the over-under on how long we're going to be doing the live watch-along tonight? You see a 3.5-hour show? You see a 4-hour show?
I think it's going to be a little over 4, honestly. I think it ends a little before 11:30. You know, could end at 11. You know, it's really going to depend on how long the early matches go, because I think the tag match, main event tag match with all the entrances or everything are going to go a while.
And we have one more match on tonight's card than tomorrow night's.
You would have to check. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's what I checked this morning.
Yeah. So. Oh. Yeah, with the cross body.
Which makes me wonder, do we get that new Lil Wayne single tomorrow night? Maybe a Meek Mill performance.
The celebrities have been kept minimum this year, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, just
everybody thinking the Stone Cold and John Cena are coming out to help Cody, though.
Well, I mean, that's different. Those are pro wrestlers. Those are legendary wrestlers, and we'll see how that goes. We don't even know that's going to happen, but be interesting.
No, that's the biggest speculation. And I mean, I could see John Cena as a host for this thing.
Yeah. If Cena and
Cold, why not bring him out?
Come down and Cody wins, I'm a little concerned about tomorrow night, though.
See, I think they were thinking the save is going to be tomorrow night.
Oh, right.
You know, because of those bloodline rules, and you stack the deck against Cody.
Yeah. Is that? Did you hear the same thing that I did? Maybe from the former referee.
I don't think so.
I can't remember, but there was a former referee for WWE. He's been on Post Wrestling before, and I watched him on another podcast. I think it was the Wrestle Rewind We Live podcast, and God, I can't remember his name. He was the referee. What's that?
Jimmy Corderas?
Yes, the one where Owen Hart passed away.
I think that's him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Corderas. Yeah, and he had, he said the fantasy booker in him. He said, like they would bloodline, would be running, and then suddenly Triple H shows up and he points, and there's John Cena music, and then the Stone Cold music, and then he said if they could just get him for one night, like imagine Dustin Rhodes too.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of speculation about Dustin. It's like, he's going to be there one way or another, but does he get involved?
I can't imagine. Although I will tell you, business is changing, man. I mean, Nick Khan was at a GCW Bloodsport show, right?
Yeah, that was wild to see.
Yeah. He's taking pictures with the owner of GCW, Burt Lauderdale. Like, that's amazing. And then you got Tony Storm already showing up on Stardom shows. And was there any WWE talent that showed up at Stardom as well? Natalya?
She might have been backstage.
Okay. It's just interesting to see all these different people that are showing up.
Yeah, and Mariah May wrestled somebody from Stardom on the pre-show.
Yeah.
And then after the Stardom 6-women match, she celebrated with the winners, who I believe were part of a stable she mentored while in Japan.
All right.
Patricia, staying watching us.
Glad to see you're still listening, though.
Yeah, this is a great NXT so far. Even if you're not watching it, I hope we're keeping you up to date. Good 6-women match. And this is another one I didn't have high hopes for, but I am enjoying while it's going on.
Yeah, no, they're doing a good job. Oh, Cannonball by JC Jane.
But for me, honestly, that women's championship match is huge. The men's championship match is huge. And then this match kind of resolving things between Trick and Carmello.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I'm very interested that that's going to be the main event. I wonder what the finish is going to be like. I feel like there's going to be a big presentation there for someone. I guess it has to be Trick.
Yeah, right now my work schedule luckily allows me to be able to watch NXT. It's funny enough, it's SmackDown that's always my blind spot.
Yeah, that's my sweet
spot.
That's
why I didn't even think about the Hall of Fame after SmackDown this week.
Yeah. No, that was definitely my sweet spot. This is probably a weird thing to even talk about on air, but it's more business. But Joe, honestly, and I'm glad we, well, except for your voice hurting with the Ring of Honor, but we probably could have had more people tune in last night if we did a SmackDown watch along, honestly.
Yeah, I should have thought of that.
Yeah, and we could have had less work and more views.
Yeah, I thought about it because I am just such an ROH mark, and having that Mark Briscoe versus Kingston match. But I didn't think that WrestleMania weekend with everything going on, and I overlooked the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Hall of Fame would have been a heck of a watch along, I think. Even though it's a weird thing to do a watch along for, and I'd miss the intricacies of the show.
Yeah, Carmello Hayes is definitely a badass. Love Carmello Hayes. I think you're going to see him on SmackDown or Raw very soon, Patricia. But I'm pulling
does
for
he
Trish.
start the Raw after Mania?
I think so. I think some people you're going to see do double duty like Braun Breaker. I don't think Carmello Hayes is. I think Carmello Hayes is going to be in an exclusive role very soon.
Yeah, because he had more time on the Indies, right? So he's kind of more of the polished wrestler. I think it's good for Breaker to keep a foot in NXT to keep developing his skills.
Oh. Suplex by Fallon.
Coming in to break up the pin there.
Oh, is he Dame? Boots.
It's funny. This is almost like the Stardom women's match last night that I don't really know any of their names, so I don't feel comfortable calling it out.
Oh, yeah, no.
But it feels far less racist like this. Like last night, I'm like, oh, that girl just booted that other girl right in the mush.
Well, I know somebody. This is Fallon Henley on the ropes right now. Kiana James in blue. She's trying to get the maybe the suplex here. I don't know what she's doing. They did not look comfortable. Gosh. They hit it though. Spanish Fly.
Yeah, I wonder how the SAT would feel about that. Not pretty, but effective.
Yeah. Here comes Izzy Dame. Flapjack. Kiana James. Oh, with the face plant. JC Jane with the pin. Thea Hale breaks it up. And I think this is the big storyline here, right? Thea Hale and JC.
Yep. Everybody else has kind of been pulled into their orbit because of this.
Big DDT by Thea Hale.
Rolling senton there.
Oh, she's caught. Who's that guy? Duke Hudson.
Yeah, I was trying to think because I know Riley Osborne is the smaller member of JC.
Yeah, the name generator on these guys.
Oh!
Jordan. Whoa. Oh. And that's One Arm Girl. That's the one I don't know.
Jasmine Nix.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
I just heard him say it.
I figured. Oh, the old DX cross chop right there. Thea Hale fired up. Oh, no, the tag. Nice spot. JC looking confused.
He's been running. She's been avoiding her. Finally, the comeuppance is here. Will the crowd get what they want?
You want this? Let's go.
Oh, it's Bryce Akiyama. Friend of the show, Scott's favorite go-to spot. Now they're trading those rights in the middle of the ring. These rights look good. You know, for WWE, they look good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're young too. These are inexperienced. Maybe not JC Jane, but you know, a lot of women in here are just getting their start.
Says press.
Thea Hale's got pretty good explosiveness, though.
Yeah, she's definitely got that energy for the in-ring. Oh, big suplex there.
Good for her. Oh, Kiana James.
I know I was about to say we're both quiet because we're just wrapped up in this match right now.
Yeah. That happens once in a while with these watch-alongs.
No, you're telling me you should have hit the 3-hour mark last night.
Dude, I would not have made it. I would be struggling this weekend between work and everything else.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. The hell gets a tap-out victory.
And that's wild because the way she landed, I almost assumed they were going to do some kind of pin spot where she's got the submission, but she's also like laying flat with it.
Yeah. Good for Thea Hale getting the spotlight on her. I tell you, she's one might have to watch out for. She's been working on that personality, telling different stories. She's explosive in the ring. You know, she's got a look. I think that she's one they could definitely do something with. Also, wouldn't say she's there yet. Just potential. Definitely in a good spot of where she is right now.
Yeah, and this Chase U group, they put on, good skits for NXT. They give you some good in-ring.
What do we got here? Oh, this is the
preview for the documentary.
Yeah, the documentary with Bray Wyatt. You watch this show?
I did. It was a good way to kick off WrestleMania week, I think, especially with the teaser at the end that has me feeling like Bo, Strowman, and Bliss could return. I think Mania, some people have said Raw after Mania. Either way, it's going to be soon.
I don't know where Strowman's at in his return, but yeah. Emotional documentary, I thought.
Yeah, it was probably the best documentary I've seen in a while.
Yeah, gut-wrenching. Like so many people love this guy. I mean, even his ex-wife was very glowing about him. Yeah, all these kids. This is something I've thought about watching too because it's on the Roku channel, and I have Roku, so it's free.
Oh, the Next Gen docuseries.
Yeah. So I was watching Big E last night because I just saw him there as he helped introduce Thunderbolt Patterson, and I was just realizing he's such a good guy. I don't know if I want him to come back to the ring. Like, I'm genuinely concerned for him, you know?
Yeah, and it's almost like if he can do anything else, why not let him?
Yeah, I don't want to see him get hurt. Like, he's one of those guys, when I hear him, he's so friendly and he's so energetic and he's so upbeat. It's like, man, like, what was that?
That was an interesting little preview there. I was closing a window on Windows, so I only caught the Nietzsche quote at the end. I might have to go back and see what that said. Could we be previewing a new competitor coming to NXT?
Yeah. One of the things, like I said, AJ, we talked about too, was the matches. You know, anything could happen. There's so many different ways this could go. He's been real excited with the creative direction of WWE right now, and yeah. And so I think that's one of the things we're all actually agreeing on, that this kind of new era of WWE is more exciting than it's been in a long time, and it's very interesting to see.
Well, it's like anything in life, right? If you just have one person heading the charge and not taking much advice, the product's going to be good for a while, but then you're going to need to do something to get to the next level. And if you're not trying anything outside of the box, you're not going to discover where you could go. So now we're finally seeing where this company can go without the artificial boundaries that had been put on it before.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot more of a giant group effort right now behind the scenes to make this product better.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of video packages during NXT that is hyping you up for the main show, which I don't necessarily mind. It's a different choice.
Yeah. Oh, we got 2 matches left?
Yeah, we got the Women's Championship.
Oh, 3.
Oh, no, 3. Women's Championship, Men's Championship, and then Trick.
Yeah. This still has to feel like
Still, we're doing a lot better than last night.
Yeah,
My voice might actually hold up.
We're not even an hour and a half into it, and we're down to the last 3. So,
Really, another great thing about WWE.
My guess is we're only going to go a little over 2 hours on this one.
I will not complain at all. WrestleMania weekend is. It almost feels like we're there live. The way I'm as tired as I am.
Oh, AJ just sent me a picture. Hold on a second here. Oh, he's
in the parking garage.
Yeah, he's at some kind of panel thing. I'm seeing Drew McIntyre and Byron Saxton. Oh, a new championship?
Women's North American Championship. Not at all like the Women's Television Championship that was crowned last night on ROH.
Yeah. Fascinating.
Big things happening. Sorry, guys. I promise that the energy will be at like a 5, maybe a 6 tonight for Mania.
That's all right. We got Patricia, we got Sassman, we got Roof, all participating today. We appreciate you hitting us up in the afternoon. Randy, suspicious by his absence today. What do you think he's at? So women's championship.
We've got all those people in the comments, and that's great. But do you know who else we have?
Who?
Game Up Hard Hydration.
If you haven't tried Game Up, then you are missing out. Imagine your favorite seltzer and your favorite sports drink had a baby, but it's way better than that. Each can is 110 calories, low carb, 4.9 ABV. It's a nice light drink that is not light on flavor. Game Up comes in fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. Pick it up at drinkgameup.com or at your nearest liquor store.
That's right, baby. Game Up. Sponsor.
Aid sponsor.
That's right. Showed him twice.
And it's because of Game Up Hard Hydration that you're getting all the live watch-alongs. The ROH watch-along, NXT Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Night 2, all presented by Game Up Hard Hydration.
Yeah. Let's see this video package with Roxanne Perez. She's somebody that's really come a long way.
So sad in the stands.
Yeah. She's crying. That's sad. Interesting. Yeah, they've done a really good job of telling this story over and over again. The little details.
Yeah, and one of my favorite parts about WWE, I'll always say it, the video packages.
Right.
And this is why sometimes you can just tune into the pay-per-views. I recommend watching the week-to-week, but if you don't keep up with it necessarily, watch the preview show. They'll show the video packages, and you'll know exactly the story and the feeling going into the match.
Especially with NXT, I feel like.
Yeah, they definitely do it a little bit better, I think.
Lyra Valkyra, 27 years old. Dublin, Ireland. She made her debut in 2015.
And Roxanne Perez is young in the game. I'd be surprised if she was 20, 21.
Yeah. So Valkyrie, she debuted at 18 years old. So, and she's a 9-year veteran. So let's put that in perspective here. Roxanne Perez is only 22 years old. And she's a 6-year veteran already.
Came up in Booker T's school.
And I think actually that would put her at 16. And I think if you know the story about Roxanne Perez, at 13 or 14, they had her a year or two before, even in that school, she would go up there and just not take bumps. She would work on in-ring psychology, and they would have her do different things. And she just hung around the wrestling school.
So you've really got two women here that started young. They still are so young. Great to see William Regal in the crowd. And Julia.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's something, huh?
Yeah, that's got to tell you something.
That North American tournament coming up.
Friend of the show, Scott, sending us pictures with Mike Chioda and Nigel McGuinness. One of the great parts about being at WrestleCon, being able to meet all the people.
You know who's going to be at WrestleCon this week, by the way?
Who's that?
Larry Holmes.
Really?
Yeah, former boxing heavyweight champion, Larry Holmes. Not sure. I talked to Scott about this because he was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know what his connection with wrestling is. I do know he's from the Philadelphia area, or at least from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have been in that time frame, like mid-South, where they'd bring in boxers sometimes to be the ref.
Maybe. Hard to say. I know.
Yeah, this is not the day to fact check for us, at least.
No, I gave us a little fact check back here. You know that Roxanne has been doing this since she's 16, and Lyra Valkyrie's been doing this since she was 18. This is one that could go either way, though.
Yeah, like Lyra Valkyra, she's been good from what I've seen as champion. Yeah. I've been getting back into NXT, so I'm not going to say I'm 100% knowledgeable about her. But I mean, Roxanne Perez, I feel like, is where it's at.
But now that Julia is coming in here, is it possible that she's going to take that spot and be champion so Roxanne just could go to the main roster?
That's a good question. You almost got to see how that's going to play out, because you would think if they're bringing her in from Japan, make her the top champion. But could they do the AEW thing and bring her in as a big signing and make her the new mid-card champion? So I don't know. It just seems maybe it was the placement of that commercial next to her appearance that has me speculating.
Seeing her at NXT next to Regal and stuff makes me feel like she'll be down in NXT then. Tell you, the women's wrestling future looks bright in WWE, though. And again, we're getting we're getting that variety, right? We're getting people like Ripley and Jade, who are just these powerhouse monsters, Bianca Belair, who's jacked and athletic. And then you're going to have these tiny, like, athletic, high-flying, technical wrestlers, too, like Roxanne and Lyra and Io Sky and Julia coming in. So it's a nice blend of talent you're going to have here.
Yeah, you're getting your homegrown talent that you're getting from being former athletes. You're getting some people off the indies, and then you're getting some of that top level foreign talent as well. I love that Fallout is branding this match. I'm a fan of the Fallout series of games, so I'm looking forward to the TV series. And just being a fan of wrestling and Fallout, this is where that branding gets you. This is where I'm like, all right, I dig this. Roxanne going heavily for that arm that she had previously damaged.
Yes.
Like, will Lyra Valkyra be able to overcome that injury? Because even though Roxanne knew that arm was hurt a couple weeks ago, she still put the arm bar on Valkyra, made her get that match for her. You can see it's already an early focus of the match.
Yeah. Working over there on smooth transitions here. Oh, catches Roxanne.
Ooh.
Roxanne goes back to the arm. Oh, wow.
These are two women that you can really see went into this match wanting to show the crowd something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great part of WrestleMania. Everybody wants to go into Mania weekend having that big match, whether you're on the indies or whether you're on the big show.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity.
Not all white.
Roxanne just...
Now, I've got to see this WrestleMania 40 stage. I have not seen it yet.
I have not either, actually. Valkyria. Oh, look at Roxanne. A little heel move there.
All right, so it looks like everybody worrying about weather in Philly. It does look like they have the canopy over the center of the ring. Big elbow there.
Yeah, I'm sure they're prepared.
A lot of people on TikTok were worried about the weather.
Oh, I mean, I just be shocked if there wasn't like a backup plan with a show this big. You got the friggin' Rock on your show tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you saw what happened that one year that they had rain. They even postponed like putting the show on a little bit, but they didn't end it.
True.
I love that they've got the Fallout guy on the mat outside of the ring.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
And I'm not going to mind the Prime bottle in the ring, but I almost like this branding on the mat outside of the ring.
Yeah, I think it is kind of a little cooler.
That being said, we've paid to get our logo on a GCW ring, so obviously the ring branding is what you want to aim for.
Absolutely.
Now, Dave, do you plan on watching any more wrestling today besides the watch-alongs?
No. After we get off here, I am going to strategically relax and lie down, drink some water, and then...
I love how you're going to strategically relax and lie down. I'm like, man, I'm going to have one foot up on the dresser. I'm going to put the heating pad on my back.
Yeah. And
put the head
I'm going to keep my house. I got AJ Strange Brew coming to my house tomorrow, and I can't be looking like a slob. All right. Only the best for my co-host.
I might actually have to drop by some shirts for you. I can't believe I forgot to bring them last week.
Oh yeah, AJ. Actually,
I'll message you about that later. I gotta run to Big Y. We gotta get the makings for pizza. Yeah, I knew how to speak any language.
He said pizza. My man said pizza.
I want pizza today, man.
I want them spicy pepperoni.
Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain. I had to get up this morning to run some errands with the family, and staying up late last night, getting up early this morning does not work for this man.
Yeah, I bet peek behind the curtain. I'm calling it tomorrow when Joe gets to watch WrestleMania Night 2 as a fan, and it'll be a great show. He's gonna pass out at some point.
I was about to say I'm about to fall asleep after I finish that plate of chicken wings.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get some rest tonight because we talk about it a lot, like the mix between content creation and getting to actually enjoy as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really going to enjoy Night 2 just watching it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too often we get to watch something and not have to commentate on it or think about what we're going to say after it.
Speaking of commentating behind the curtain, Joe, did you happen to check in on that email that we got sent from our executive producer?
Yeah, he hasn't responded yet.
Oh, you responded?
They haven't responded yet. I'm sorry.
That's okay. They sent me a message in Facebook. I was really tired, so I logged off and pretended like I didn't see it. I was tired. I was like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I think I let them know in the email that it's long wrestling weekend. I've had a lot of people question me, will I try and get back on Facebook after getting kicked off? And I don't think so. To me, it's weird. Like if you get locked out of Facebook and you create the alternate account, you know, you gotta make the name like not Joe Syart or like however you're gonna put it. So I'm gonna wait. If they file the appeal, fine. But otherwise, we are growing on other social media, and I'm learning to live a life without Facebook. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's just those connections you make. Like Dave and myself have business connections on there that Dave's their last line of defense.
Yeah. Good luck. Hope you like using emails now.
But I do got to say about New Heights Wrestling, very excited to call the next event.
Yes.
It's going to be April 20th at Uniac Springs, Florida. Can't wait to see what matches get put together.
Nice.
Who will Suicidal Soldier defend his title against next?
So that means we'll probably be getting footage around May 4th.
Yeah. You got AJ Strokes and Hunter Hendricks. He took Hunter under his wing. How devious will Hunter get?
Double H.
3 Sex Mortis as well. They are coming off quite an event at the Bulldog Bash.
And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, check out New Heights Wrestling on YouTube.
Yeah, please. If you enjoy our podcast, please check out our wrestling commentary gig. They will be very happy to see the influx of views.
And right now, we are having a great match for people who are trying to figure out what's going on with NXT Stand and Deliver. Valkyrie is just picked over and back body dropped Roxanne Perez. And she's having to contend with her arm being damaged here for most of this match. Duck under.
Yeah, Valkyria came in with the arm injury. It looks like Roxanne Perez is being, just worn down by the sake of this match.
Yeah, both women down now.
I mean, the real story behind this match, Roxanne Perez trying to win back the title she didn't lose.
Right.
coming back with a new attitude that severely weakened her opponent coming in, but Valkyra trying to prove she is that champion. Good leg kicks there. Big lariat.
Go for a belly-to-belly suplex with a and floats over. She going for another one? She does. Belly-to-belly with a bridge again.
Wow. I have
time.
not watched a ton of her. And like nothing about her has really stood out. But this match is phenomenal from her.
Yeah.
Just that float over suplex thing.
Yeah, 2 times. Then she goes for the fisherman suplex, but unfortunately the arm is injured, so she can't move it. Roxanne Perez now working over the arm some more. Oh, wow, counters. Yeah, you can tell definitely that she's worked, in European countries and stuff. Wow. Nice fisherman suplex. She did connect with it there. Not able to get the pin.
No, it seems like the real story of the match is going to be, is that arm injury going to hold her back?
Roxanne
gets to the top rope just seconds after Lyra.
Yeah, maybe she's going to look for something here. She's got Lyra perched on the rope. Oh, Lyra fires back, slaps Roxanne in the face. Oh, no.
Slapping on top of the turnbuckles, too. That is wild.
Trading slaps.
And this is a big event because the NXT event WrestleMania weekend can make you as an NXT superstar. Several years ago, Ricochet won that North American Championship in the ladder match and really propelled his career forward here.
They're doing that thing on X, the speed tournament there?
Yes, I watched Bronson Reed versus Cedric Alexander the other day.
Okay. I saw Ricochet win a match. I can't remember who he was wrestling, but
I like it. Quick 3-minute matches. I think when you know it's going to be that quick, you're okay with the time limit. It's just how are they going to perform, and they really seem to give you all they can in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's an innovative idea.
It was Jordan Devlin, by the way.
And I think it's ideas like those that are going to push you forward, especially with the short attention span society that's out now.
Or JD McDonough. Oh, Valkyrie. This is that kick. Roxanne Perez. Oh. She's got the pin. No. Lyra Valkyrie kicks out. Roxanne Perez arguing with the referee. He says, no, it's a 2. Now she just goes back working on the arm. Repeated kicks. Hammerlocks the arm. Throws Lyra into the ring post with the arm wrapped around the ring post. Roxanne Perez really showing an aggressive side here now. Again to the ring post on the other side with the arm. And
it's funny because Roxanne looks like such a fan favorite that I feel like she really has to go that extra mile to really come off as evil.
Yeah, she's got to do that. She's just got to really show that vicious streak, and she's doing it. Oh, look at this. Taking a piece of the turnbuckle off here, right? The little foam part that connects to the... Wait,
okay, what is this?
Is that Blair Davenport?
It would appear so.
Oh. Roxanne's not looking for help.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Look at that arm. It's stretched out. Oh. Lyra gets out of the way.
Just gets out of the way in the nick of time there.
And Blair Davenport still just kind of hanging around here.
And catches the big shoulder there. I was wondering what part she was going to play.
Oh, wraps the post again.
It's funny because Roxanne's been pretty well in control that I can't see Roxanne really needing help in this match. Yeah, bringing the match back into the ring. Tilt-a-whirl
Oh.
scissors there.
Yeah, and now she's got
Crossface. Ooh. Oh, wow. Rolling her over. Big kick to the back of the head there.
Wow. These women putting on a show. Lyra Valkyra goes to the top. Her arm is hurting. Oh, misses the splash. Perez has the arm now and that crossface hooked. The arm's been worked on the whole time. Oh, look at this. A counter again. Oh, now a counter by Perez.
No, gets her off just in time. Whoa, nice roll through there.
Look at that.
Perez hook. The action is getting fast and furious in this match now.
Women are tearing it up. Oh, wow. Got the leg.
Big
oh,
suplex.
Wow. That, I like that move. Huh? With a leg trap a little bit underneath, too.
Yeah, that was an interesting. I was like, what is this innovation here?
So she's just got on her shoulders. Fireman's carry. Oh.
Poison Rana.
Poison Rana.
Pops up.
Oh.
Okay, she calls that Canadian Destroyer Pop Rocks, rolls through.
Oh,
Crossface, and that thing is hooked back.
Crossface. The arm's been injured. Oh,
Ooh, I almost thought she rolled back too far there. Valkyra fighting her way to the ropes. Roxanne doing everything she can to leverage her body. Oh, wow. Even rolls through back into it.
Yeah, rolls through back into it. Got her more in the center now. Not quite the center.
About the same thing. Say the same thing. Like, before her feet were so close, but with that roll through, it's like, there it is.
Oh, it's a tap out. Wow. What a win. What a performance.
Well, Dave, I'm going to pop out for a second. I will be.
All right, Joseph, you do what you got to do, brother. I'm going to get a little picture of this. All right. Just had to get a little picture of that. Roxanne Perez. Super cool. Super excited. Joe had to leave, but Roxanne Perez is your new NXT Women's Champion. She defeats Lyra Valkyra, and they had a classic match. Wow. Super impressive. I'm curious to see where they go next, like who's going to challenge Roxanne. Might be Julia there from Stardom coming in, as we just saw she appear tonight. What a story. And there we go. Regal and Julia looking on. But it's about Roxanne Perez. It's her time now. Welcome back, Joseph.
I know I wanted to come back in singing the Cody Rhodes theme, but I'm like, hey, you gotta fully sell that, and I just don't have the energy.
All right, I'm actually going to step away for a second. I will be right back. I'm going to take care of some wrestling business. I will see you soon.
All right, well, I will carry us through here. And there's no better way to carry us through than a commercial for WrestleVille.
Read about the Northern Wrestling Federation in the book presented by Russellville.com, The Pro Wrestling Vault, Volume 2. Hear the story of Roger Ruffin, the man who trained Carl Anderson, the Monster Abyss, Jordan Clearwater, Chris Harris, and Jillian Hall.
Plus 45 other short stories, including Jazz, Bobby Eaton, Kamala, Thunder Rosa, Mario Mancini, Scott Casey, PJ Black, Kerry Morton, Sal Renaro, Jeremiah Plunkett, Colby Carino, Bam Bam Malone, and many others.
Get your book today at Russellville.com. Russellville. It's where wrestling lives.
That was a commercial for our friends over at Wrestleville. We got a commercial for Clash at the Castle in Glasgow. And, you know, before we get to the main event match here, it's not even the main event match. We have 2 more matches. That's what's really throwing me off with the Trick Williams and Carmello main event. I'm used to that World Championship being at the top. I mean, we're still moving by at a brisk pace, folks. This is the excitement of WrestleMania weekend, right? If you're a WWE fan, this is the earliest show you're watching on the schedule. If you're watching the Indies, you've been watching since Thursday. Got a video package here detailing Punk and Drew's run-ins in the past. Now we got a video talking about Seth Rollins here. I'm liking that they do have these video packages on NXT because it does get you more excited for the tonight and the weekend as a whole. But now that we keep seeing them after every match, I'm almost wondering if it's overkill. I don't know, just kind of thinking out loud on that one. The video production is top notch, and especially not paying attention to every week of SmackDown. I will take these video packages. Look, my brother hasn't kept up with wrestling TV much at all, but he's excited for Mania, and that's one of the things he always says is that when you watch the packages before the matches, you know what's happening going in. Seth versus Drew tomorrow. I feel like Drew's got to take it, unless somehow to CM Punk get involved. Let us know in the comments if you think Drew is going to win or if you think Seth is going to win. Given how good Drew's been for the company and what happened a couple of years ago where he got that big moment at WrestleMania in front of no one, I mean, you'd like to hope this could be his year. Dragunov training backstage. This guy just looks like a beast. It's weird because you have such a legitimate wrestler in this match versus a guy, even though he's good in the ring, he definitely feels more character than anything. I mean, Dave and I both think that Ilja is going to win, but you got to see, could they go with the character? Does Ilja move up to the main roster? And who does he feud with after that? Just look at Dragunov in the ring. He looks like he throws his whole body into it. This dude has been one of the best, I think, NXT champions. So even though I'm a Dragunov fan, Dave and myself both picked Tony D'Angelo yesterday. I feel like they could be moving into a new era here. The reason I picked D'Angelo is just because what else can Ilja really do in NXT? is there anything else he can really accomplish that he hasn't already? These great cinematic segments that really build up the D'Angelo family, I think they do it well. So we saw Julia ringside. Could we get any more debuts at NXT? Video package very well, building this up. You know, this is how you build up a championship match, right? You show the champion fighting for his family. You see D'Angelo wanting to uncrown the top guy. D'Angelo believes he's got the power, so
he's got the power, brother. The power's in the hand, brother. Hulkamania, brother.
This is going to be very interesting how this plays out. I like this shot here with Ilja and Tony next to each other.
Hulkamania will overcome the dragon and the mob boss, brother.
Got him here driving from Jersey down to Philadelphia.
Driving
AJ might have seen some of these same sites.
East Coast or West Coast. Sorry.
Wells Fargo Center here. I wonder how close the NXT arena is to the football arena.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That was a great preview package. Really gets you in the mood for this match.
Tony D'Angelo, the Big Don. They have definitely spent a lot of time with his character and presentation, huh?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Just the cinematic, all the things they've had over the weeks that they fit into that video.
Yeah.
To really like flesh out his character. Make a character that could seem very cartoony and over the top. They give it an air of legitimacy.
They
or
do.
At least try to.
They try. Yeah. It's not my thing, but he's got a following. People get a kick out of it, and I think they enjoy him. And the effort's there, you know. I don't think he's been in the ring that long. Like, I don't think he's I think he's big into the NXT program.
Yeah, I almost feel like he could have been one of those guys that was made like being some kind of athlete. Because I hadn't heard of him before this. He very well could have been some indie guy, but
so he's only been doing this since 2019. So he's going into his 5th year. He's 28 years old. And yeah, his career really, it says WWE 2021 to present. So I'm guessing he might have only did a few independent spots here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, and think about that. This guy coming up just that many years into the game and already like in such a prominent position, like 3 years in.
Before becoming a wrestler, he was a collegiate wrestler for the University of Buffalo. And he graduated in 2018.
Wow, so he went right from the amateurs to pro almost instantaneously.
So he kind of just did some things for, you know, from 2019 to 2021, which 2020 we had the pandemic. And once 2021 started cooking in NXT, he's been kind of, you know, down there grinding and then kind of becoming a character the last couple of years and doing what he can. Because I remember when they were doing that thing about a year ago where they were picking people to be in the we just saw one that like beat the clock thing there.
Yep.
The first one they did, they were talking about him, they were picking him in there. They were talking about how like he only had a handful of few matches when he had started. So good on him. But I mean, God, if you're gonna be in the ring, right, you need to be led by somebody capable. Ilja Dragunov is that guy, right?
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny that this match has such a big fight feel, yet is not the main event.
Right. Well, I mean, the story is Carmello Hayes and Trick Williams. Like, that has been the story in NXT for a while. And I love this robe by Ilja, by the way.
Yeah, it definitely has that feel of like a championship robe, but his own style.
Right.
Like, have you seen anything like that?
It gives me kind of like something I would think old school New Japan Pro Wrestling, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you almost saw robes like that on the girls from Stardom last night as well.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
I was just, like I was saying last night, they're coming out and their presentation is just so uniquely them, their look, the way they come to the ring, the music. And we're seeing a bit of that from Ilja as well. Tony D'Angelo had the early advantage. Ilja reverses it.
Wow.
Going right outside the ring early.
Oh, man. You're going to have to hang with a guy like Ilja. Like, that's just the stuff he does in his matches.
Yeah, you got to wonder, is it wise for him to take it to the outside of the ring with the D'Angelo family creeping right around the corner there?
Oh, look at that. Oh.
D'Angelo responds by going right back out to the ring, outside of the ring with him. This time, Ilja got a little bit worse of the damage on that one.
Yeah.
Bouncing Ilja's face right off the apron, then rolling him in. Staying on it, but I mean, you got to stay on Ilja because look at the power that guy's coming with. You've been hitting him hard already, and he's going full force in the ring.
This is like two guys just laying that shit in right now, huh?
Yeah, it's really the guy defending his championship against the guy that wants to take it off him.
I just feel like, again, I don't want to jump the gun here, but when I see Ilja just doing what he does, just laying that stuff in, and congrats to Tony D'Angelo, just, you know, trying to hang in there with him like this. I just think, man, what is it going to mean for his career if he can have the kind of match he can have with a Gunther on a big stage, like a Raw, a SmackDown? Like, what is that going to mean for him?
Yeah, because he fits in good in NXT, and we have hopes for the main roster, but will Ilja translate?
He could blow up, though, with those kind of matches, because it's the kind of matches that people are going to be like, what the hell is this? You know, it reminds me of those things like the veterans would always say, especially the heels, where, you know, I can't make you think that this is real, but I'll make you think I'm real. That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're going to usher in a new era of WWE, this guy would definitely give your in-ring product a different look, a different feel.
For sure. Yeah, if he does not win the champion, if he does not hold on to his title here, like, I'd love to see that, like, open up Raw this week after Mania. Gunther and Ilja.
Targeting that hand of Ilja.
I like one thing Tony did there that we see other wrestlers do, especially the British wrestlers. So it's interesting he's doing that here, where there's the struggle to get the slam and the suplex.
Yep, not every slam is guaranteed. Sometimes it's you really gotta hoist your opponent up there.
See Ilja going for a little headbutt in the chest there, just fighting everything. There's another thing I really like. I don't know if people think this is too inside baseball we're talking about, but whatever. I love the fact that a lot of Ilja's matches that does not look like cooperation.
No, it's that old school thing of making it look like a struggle.
Yes.
Making them really fight for what they get.
Yeah. You got that wild hair right now, looking like Doc from Back to the Future.
Backing him right into that corner there. Even chopping with that bad hand.
Yeah.
That's how much of a warrior this guy is. Oh, the big miss.
Yeah. Looks like some of those chops might have been hitting in the throat, too. Ooh.
Ooh.
Does he just tell all his opponents before he wrestles them, too? Just, lay your shit in and beat my ass.
I mean, so far, D'Angelo is looking good in there with Ilja.
I remember Regal, just because this style reminds me of that. I remember Regal talking about Finlay in the match he had at Extreme Rules back in the day, or Uncensored back in the day with him. And they knew the style of match they could do was going to be different because nobody else could do that kind of match, that like Regal could have with Finlay.
Yeah.
And I remember the Regal saying the same thing during the he got invited to do the Brian Pillman Memorial Show, and he had done it the prior year with Chris Benoit, where they had a unique match. They beat the hell out of each other, and they wanted him back, but Benoit was injured, and he said, "Well, I could do something, but," he says, "I can't have that style match just with anybody." And I feel like Dragunov is just that guy. I guess I'm putting him over heavy here, but he could have that style of match that we've seen people in the past have,
Yeah, I feel like the real question in the match isn't Dragunov because we know he's good. It's can Tony D'Angelo live up to Dragunov's level?
And right now, he's been doing a good job. He's really elevated his game, and I think part of it is just Dragunov just says, "Beat my ass,"
Yep, definitely very much lay it in there.
They're hammering each other home. Big lariat clothesline. Goes for the pin. Still looking at that finger and that hand hurt. Well, I mean, that was the story of the women's title match, right? The bad arm.
Yeah, the arm coming in 100%.
Will that be the case here with the hand?
You got to wonder what Trick and Mello have in store for each other in the main event that's going to top this.
Right.
Because Ilja is just such an explosive, such an expressive talent, too. Like, this man looks like he's in pain.
Right.
When they put it to him.
Mm-hmm. Look at this. Just fighting every inch of the way. Giving you nothing.
Going up over the top. Tony D'Angelo hanging on for a moment, but big power bomb.
Yeah. And again, holding that hand the whole time. I'm really a fan of this guy's work. The more and more I watch him. Here he is, rallying up the crowd. Oh, looking for that big H-bomb. Gets kicked off. You know that punch he does where your opponent's grounded and he comes down on you there?
Yep.
The H-bomb. You know what that's from, right?
No.
Okay, so that's from a UFC fighter, Dan Henderson, in MMA. He was famous for just doing that style punch. He did it to Michael Bisping after he'd already knocked him out.
All right, you got Tony D'Angelo's associate trying to hand him the brass knucks. He hands them back. Very surprising move. And then Ilja stomps the hand with the brass knucks from his associate. Trying to think who is that? Is that Stacks outside, or did Stacks get let go?
Hey, yeah, you put me on the spot here too.
I think that is Stacks. If
Yeah,
not, we'll say it is. Whatever.
The other one was like Dime Piece or something, right?
I can't remember. Otherwise known as Cole Carter.
It was Cole Carter. Yeah, no, that's me.
Got the win last night with Griff Garrison.
His boy, 10 Cent.
It was a float over, the kick out by Tony. Ooh, Ilya grabbing him by the hair there. Ooh, shots to the back of the head. Right in his corner, too, yelling in his associates' faces.
That is Stacks.
Hell yeah, knew it.
Shannon, Stacks, Lorenzo. And, just so you know, I wasn't too off, Cole Carter was known as Troy 2 Dimes Donovan.
It was 2 dimes.
Yeah, 2 dimes. He was more than 10 cents. He was more than a dime piece. It was a 20 piece.
cents.
It's a 20-piece nugget.
All right, so D'Angelo calling off the D'Angelo family, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah. Yeah, so that match, let's partake in a little more story here, right? Dragunov puts the mobster kiss on each cheek, right? You're done, son. Oh,
Big
no.
headbutt.
Look at that. Fires up Tony D'Angelo. He's like, you ain't going to kiss me. Minoru Suzuki would be pissed. Anyway, fire it off here.
I know. I heard before Tony D'Angelo unloaded on him, he said pause right in Ilya's ears. I don't know what that means. I just read lips. Ooh, big belly to belly there.
Well, it means they're handling wrestling business. Or he meant kiss me slowly.
This is evolved into Stranglemania.
Stranglemania. Oh, man. I just want someone in the
Got him on
comments.
his fucking neck.
That's what I want. I want someone in the comments to be like, oh, hell yeah, that's fucking Stranglemania. Did you ever, just sidebar, whatever.
We're 2 hours deep. Believe me, we had to make do at 3.5 hours in last night.
Yeah. So, did you see? I sent you a thing the other day. I don't know if you heard this story. Speaking of Stranglemania, if anyone's a fan of ICP and that collector's VHS tape out there somewhere, watch it. They told a story about Evan Courageous and Bill Goldberg, and he was like, if all the crazy stories at WCW, like nobody talks about, no one caught. One day, Bill Goldberg is kind of hanging back in the locker room, and he's got his hands down his pants, kind of like cupping his nuts. And Courageous goes talk to him, says, "Going to be present work with you, sir." And Goldberg's like, right on. And he goes to shake his hand, and Evan's like, "Whoa," And Bill just like snapped, and he grabbed him by the throat, and he like picked up Evan Courageous and just threw him over some stairs. Evan Courageous got up like, "What the fuck?" And who's the skinny one? Shaggy 2 Dope. He's like, and head security Doug Dillinger just started looking around like, oh shit, and like he just walked away like he didn't see nothing. And it was like Goldberg just snapped. He's like, we don't know if he had a roid rage or what. And next thing I know, he's like, Evan's like, did you guys see that? Like, yep. He's like, I could sue him. You guys see that? Like, nope. How'd you gonna sue him? We didn't see shit. Oh man. Anyway,
also shows you what star power on the card will do, right?
Yeah. Oh shit. So here we are. Tony D'Angelo, Ilja Dragunov battling on the floor. They've been having a hell of a fight. Stacks sneaking up on the side. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, they're both going for the table. Get this shit off the table. Let's go. Firing up.
And I gotta say, even though we both picked Tony D'Angelo, but I feel like it's because we feel like Ilja is moving on to something else. Yeah. I didn't think this was going to be the best matchup between these two.
Mm-hmm.
But D'Angelo's really been hanging in there.
Yeah, big H-bomb on the floor. You MMA fans will know what I'm talking about. Just gave him a fucking H-bomb. Let's go. He's got his ass on the table. lay him out, push that French commentator out of your face. You got business to take care of. Standing on the barrier. Let's go. Look at this. Like a beautiful swan up there, huh?
Whoa, breaking after the forearm lands.
Oh my God. You gotta lay that shit in right there.
Wrestling business in the comments here.
Yeah, right. That is wrestling business.
Less in the comments, more in the text messages.
I'm talking about strangling you. Ilja Dragunov going to the top rope.
Even though there's such story and emotion behind that main event, I don't know if they're going to be able to top this. This is a hell of a match.
Yeah, they're killing it. Oh, Tony D'Angelo says, fuck you, I ain't going in like that.
D'Angelo has enough left in the tank to kick out there.
Sorry. The voice of Dynamite Donovan Douglas took it over me here. Better known as 3D.
God, I feel like my voice is almost down in that register. John Hawkins,
hey,
thank you for popping in. Never watched NXT, but this has been a great match so far. Yeah, this is one of the highlights of NXT is really Ilja Dragunov. This guy is the real deal. He is going to make it look beyond real in the ring.
Yeah.
And he's even making Tony D'Angelo look credible, which is, a credit to Ilja.
Oh, look at this.
Making him bite that bottom rope.
Right there and kicked it. Oh, look at that kick to the face. Brutal.
Big choke slam. Hook in the leg. Oh
my goodness. I felt like these guys made a pact before this match and said, hey, we can apologize later.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to wonder, do they have that thing with being the championship match and not being on top? Did they feel like they had something to prove coming in?
Yeah, you do wonder. They are just beating the hell out of each other.
That friendly competition with the main event. Like Trick and Mello, you might be last, but we're going to be what people remember the most.
Whew. There's that torpedo to the back of the head. Dragunov now going back top again, yeah. Another H-bomb, perhaps. Is this one too many, or is this the one that does him in? Oh! I think this is the one.
Cover 1, 2, 3. Wow!
He got him. Dragunov, still champ.
If only you would listen to your gut, Dave.
I know, you talked me into it. It does seem like they did agree to that before. It does, John. They beat the hell out of each other. Yeah,
Dragunov is always bleeding.
Yeah. He's bleeding.
That's how hard he goes in the paint.
He bleeding. Love it. That's how, wow. They beat the hell out of each other. Great match. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it makes me want to see what Tony D'Angelo's got going forward. It's not like I think he got beat and then it's like, oh, who is this schlub? I'm like, all right, he really showed that he can go in the ring, and even if he's not championship material, he's going to be a top guy.
I think so, yeah. Very early in this business, so learning with great people, working with great people. John, that's pretty funny. John Moxley is the Dragunov is the John Moxley of NXT. He bleeds when you look at him.
Definitely, but think about what it's going to do to. Now that Dragunov is returned, think about Trick taking that off him. How much bigger is that going to make Trick look when he can fight through the powerhouse that is Dragunov. Great commercial for 2K24 here. Game looks phenomenal, plays phenomenal. And after this weekend, we should get the WrestleMania 40 stage released to us.
No, you're off subject, but just watching Rey Mysterio in that game is just how cool is it? Rey Mysterio still doing his thing the way he does it after all these years.
Yeah, slowing down a little bit, but I mean, his style never really feels like it changes a ton.
No, still a very high level at his age, and the amount of matches he's had and he's put his body through, the way he wrestles is incredible.
Yeah, and being able to be in matches even now with his son. Now, Dave, I talked about this when you stepped away earlier. I know I talked earlier about how I'm loving these preview videos hyping up tomorrow. I think it's a good idea having them in the show. But I did question, are we getting too many of them between matches? It's almost like a lot of questions for tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I wondered that too. Is it just overexposed sometimes because we'll be watching these again? So one of the things I like about the watch.
Dave, you'll be interested by John Hawkins' comment there.
I just saw, watch that. John, I had just said to Joe earlier in this that I want to check that out. So that's interesting. That's cool. You said that. Is that how many episodes is that? Is that like a multi-episode show, or is it just one like movie, or how long is that, or what? I didn't quite understand the whole thing. I think it's a series.
Honestly,
right?
I'm less enthusiastic about it because I'm just not big about reality shows. But I am interested to see what talent is going to come out of that. Because it's just like anything. You're going to have a couple that are going to be almost naturals. You're going to have some that are going to do okay and learn the business. And then some that are just going to flame out.
Little wrestling business here. I'll be right back. We have a man on the field. Let me see if I can get some insight here.
There you go. Well, I'll sacrifice myself for the game here. I'm going to sound like Gordon Soley by the end of this. Still play in the middle of the ring. Getting messages myself. Friend of the show, Scott, was wandering the streets and found the Italian market from Rocky. Dave is on the phone with AJ Strangebrew. And John Hawkins, Jonah's a beast. I think he's going to be a star. John, you almost have me maybe wanting to check this out now. Watching a video package here for Io Sky and Bailey. And this is actually the match on night 2 that myself and Dave disagreed on. Wow, okay, we got a shot of the stadium. Pre-show starts at 5. Main show starts at 7. That is good to know in advance. All right, and the Wells Fargo Center is like just across the parking lot there. That's almost cool. If you go into both shows, you could utilize, I imagine, the same parking. It's interesting seeing how close both the arenas are. And I know from going to WrestleMania, where certain shows are might be, you know, just down the highway from the main show.
We are back. No news to report, really. He was just letting me know that as much as he thought he was a wrestling fan, he cannot believe how much people spend at these events. He said he saw a Mankind mask, you know, for like $150, and he's like, "Oh wow, it's $150." And then he's like, he saw like a bunch of people lining up to buy. They're like, "Well, never mind. What do I know?"
A wild thing, a lot of those autograph sessions, the meet and greet for Cody, CM Punk, $200 a pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they will sell out of those too. People will line up. WWE is really going to make a killing at that WWE world.
Who is this young man we're seeing now here?
Wish I paid
Javon
attention.
Evans?
I did not catch his name.
I think it's Javon Evans, they said. Interesting.
Yeah, sorry, I was messaging. Friend of the show, Scott, found the Italian market from Rocky as he walks the streets of Philly. So
you mean Scott Bennett? Yeah, he said people were spending thousands of dollars. He saw.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's a huge crowd.
I don't know if you saw, they showed how close the Wells Fargo Center is to Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you can be at one event and possibly just, you know, go over and get your seats for the next.
Yeah.
But this is what these WrestleMania weekend shows are, right? Get the biggest arena you can. And you're going to get the number for WrestleMania. So can you get the spillover number for your NXT?
Yeah. I hear that.
Very interested by that because I am a fan of Noam Dar.
He's got a little bit of that honky tonk man heat. Very obnoxious, though. Ooh, got like a Black Panther type vest on there, huh?
Yeah, inspired. You got John Hawkins telling you a little bit more about that show.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, check it out, John. Probably not this weekend.
No, I got a new piece of equipment for the podcast last weekend, and it's not even going to be till like next weekend. I'm going to be able to figure out how to use it just because of, you know, fitting in these watch-alongs, cutting up these videos, getting all this content out there.
AJ was surprised that, like we were, that the world title match wasn't the main event.
Yeah, but I mean, arguably,
it's a bigger story.
As good as the story was built up between those two, there's just so much of a story with these guys.
Right. But he's a traditionalist. He wants that world title match as the main event 9 times out of 10.
Oh, me too. I'm still finding it very weird that it wasn't.
Yeah.
But then the more I look at it, I'm like, all right, I guess I get it.
Yeah, it's a way to showcase, especially Trick, too. You know. How cool these guys performing in front of over 16,000 fans. You know, they're on TV, but you got to remember a lot of times they're just performing in front of the, Full Sail.
Yeah.
The NXT crowd down there. So it's not like it's a huge crowd.
Yeah, and they've been able to, take this to different arenas, but
They have.
being able to do it on the biggest arena is huge.
Yeah, got to be exciting for a guy, especially like Trick Williams. Young in the game. That's one. gotta wonder. Just curious.
And being a fan of Carmelo's from the Northeast, this feels like his big send-off from NXT.
Trick Williams had a career in football.
Okay, that's why they got him running the field there. Where did he play?
Sorry here. He played
talking about him running the Rocky Stairs.
Yeah. For the Hampton Pirates in 2013 before transferring to play for the South Carolina Gamecocks from 2014 to 2016. Caught 11 passes for 121 yards during his college career. Let's see. He went undrafted in 2017 and spent time as an assistant coach and student teacher intern Airport High School in West Columbia. And he then played the Spring League in 2018 and attended the Philadelphia Eagles rookie minicamp. So, and I guess at that point in 2018, he probably figured maybe he's going to change because 2021 is when he got picked up and started. And he's an NXT guy, so I'm not seeing anything about him, independence or anything.
Yeah, so he's got, it sounds like, he probably had that dream of playing football, realized, he's not going to make it as far as he thought. It's good that he's got that connection to Philly. It makes this feel that much more special.
Oh, yeah. They did a Target thing, or like Prime Target, and he had like his actual uncle in there. John, like you said, these guys have to be stoked. Hope this is as good as Dragunov D'Angelo match. Yeah, us two, man. You see Carmello here with the big entrance. He's
got
had a
that
few.
Whooped on the back there. Came out with that Trick Williams jersey up.
Yeah.
I thought Trick was coming out first, honestly, there for a second.
Me too. Yeah, they got me. So Trick is 29 years old, but he's only been doing this for 3 years. But he has the athletic background. And one thing I heard from even before this stuff too was that Shawn Michaels has said that there's a reason why Trick's been given these opportunities. Like, he was kind of put in a spotlight because he had the gift of gab with Carmello. But Trick is the kind of guy, he said behind the scenes, he asked him, is there anything else I can do? What else do I have to do to get to the next level? So good on him for rising up fast.
Yeah, it's good. It's really got to be that football mentality. I bet he's carrying over what he had in football, thinking, what do I need to do to get from? Because you can be good in high school football, but then you realize when you make it to that college level, from what I've heard, that college is just a whole nother level. And if you could be good in college, think about how much better it is to make it to that pro level. So this is a man that got used to pushing himself.
Yeah.
Hit the wall in football, but then you get into pro wrestling and the Anointed One, love that on his back there. Hate to be CM Punk, but who anointed you? What is his name?
Tell us his name.
And honestly, their name is the NXT universe because they really got behind this guy. We saw it in Bridgeport that the crowd loves chanting along with this.
Mm-hmm. Hey, first off, his robe and stuff totally gives me Rocky Apollo Creed vibes. All right, like I love that. That's got a boxing like feel to it. Secondly, listening to more stuff, interview stuff with Carmello Hayes. I'm sorry about Trick Williams too. Trick, despite that football background and really taking this, he grew up a pro wrestling fan. He talks about his grandma and uncle and everybody getting him into pro wrestling and watching pro wrestling. So this is a guy that's a huge fan from way back, and you can really see why he was able to adapt to this. Now, one funny other note, Carmello is the same age as Trick, but has 15 years experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something too. Both the same age, both, arguably in the same spot in wrestling right now. One guy
10 years.
Took longer to be there through the business, and one guy, took the old route, the football to wrestling route. Check out our YouTube channel. I'm sure we talked about it. Didn't we have the best football players that became pro wrestlers?
We had one
years ago in the 5-3-1.
Yeah, absolutely. So 10 years for Kristen Casanova, Carmello Hayes, his career. I'm sorry, 15 years would have put him at like 14 years old. So, which has been done before.
I mean, I feel like we talked about it almost earlier with
Roxanne. Yeah. So here's a lockup.
Plus, with Carmello, I'm not 100% familiar with this story, but there could be that, backyard wrestling.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Scott, is going to the clusterfuck tonight, so that is the late Joey Janela show. I believe he said other people. Oh, he's gonna watch UFC while everybody gets ready for Mania.
Oh, okay.
I'm still surprised that friend of the show, Scott, hasn't come back around on WWE a little bit with the way everything's improving.
It's probably just hard to sometimes adjust your schedule to start watching things again, you know?
Oh, 100. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Especially if 4 years it's disappointed you, and it's like, do you really want to put your time back into it?
You want to get back into it. Yeah, right. But then you got to make time, and yeah, it's tough.
And it's funny because me as a fan, I feel like it's a little too early for me to recommend it where I'm like, he could get back in and love it.
Right.
I feel like we are 6 months away from, being able to get him hyped about a card again and enjoy watching it.
Sure. Well, I mean, you know what?
Taking it out to the crowd. This is going to instantly get people behind this match.
Look at this guy. He's going nuts.
He's loving it.
But that's the thing, right? Just keep having good matches, keep having banger shows, and it'll get out there.
Well, I think what helps too is the production quality of the shows.
Right.
It's much easier to watch. I find myself almost every show, there's one camera shot that I just love that they got. Rick Rubin in the crowd there.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not Rick Rubin.
No, but he definitely looks like Rick Rubin. I can totally see that. Yeah, I think Rick Rubin would have better seats.
A little less hair on top, too, but that flowing beard is awesome. And I love this. I mean, this is where the match has got to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
This blood feud between them, like.
Oof. Oh, that's Trick's
uncle. Is that his uncle?
Or Steve Miller? I don't know. Oh,
Steve Miller. That ain't part of the Steve Miller. Steve Miller. Oh, I got what John Hawkins is saying. I'm like,
yeah.
Dave, I've seen the Steve Miller band live, and I don't know how to tell you.
And I know it's not Steve Miller. That's his uncle. I think it's Sweet Baby Ray or something like that. His uncle. I don't called him. That's what he called him.
His uncle developed the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
It's Sweet Baby something. I don't remember. Yeah. I know about Sweet Baby Ray's.
His name is just going to be Ray.
Delicious. By the way, shit is delicious. Have some Sweet Baby Ray's. If you haven't had it yet. I had some on some chicken quesadillas last night.
I will tell you, I found out about Sweet Baby Ray's 20 years ago in the grocery store. We had a truck driver that came through. When you work in a grocery store, sometimes the truck drivers are the most interesting people because you only see them for a moment. You deal with them while you're unloading the trucks. And I remember this one truck driver years ago put us on a Sweet Baby Ray's. And since then, that's been my go-to barbecue sauce. And John Hawkins says he does look like the guy on the bottle.
All right. And this is his name, by the way. It's Sweet. He's affectionately known as Sweet Baby James.
Okay.
So, there you have it. I had to look that up.
I have a feeling if you or me saw him, it'd be, that's James to you, son.
He probably would. He would. I don't think he'd take that shit from me. You don't know me.
You ain't calling me Sweet Baby nothing. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Get your hands off me. Don't talk to me that way.
If you guys haven't already seen our watch-alongs, we stay with the action as much as possible. But we do like having fun. I mean, it's WrestleMania weekend. We're out from content creation, so you're getting a little slap happiness here. Mr. James, if you're nasty, love it, John.
You know.
And that's what I like about the TikTok community is they roll right with us. We can be a little bit off kilter, and they're like, "Nah, we got you."
Mr. James, bitch. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Carmello Hayes putting a bad mouth on him, talking trash, and in control right now, which is what I would think you would expect. You know, Trick's going to have to battle up, right? He's going to have to fight from underneath in this one a lot. And that should be what I would expect here. We'll see. I think this is more about a moment for Trick, right?
Yeah, Carmello coming into it, egotistical, really wanting to take it out on his opponent. And Trick, you know, feeling betrayed by the way Mello talked about him, really wanting to come out on top of this. Finally come out from under Mello's shadow. Basement drop kick there. I want to thank everybody between last night and tonight's watch-alongs. You guys really stick along with us throughout this thing, seeing consistent numbers, seeing friends in the comment section. That always helps.
Yeah. Whoa,
For everybody watching, if you could click like on the video, share. Chances are, if you're watching, you're not subscribed, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Big double drop kick. Both guys knocked down there. Making sure they get every chance to see every shot of that arena. Now, has AJ sent you any more footage from on the ground in Philadelphia?
He has not. Nope. Last thing he said that was the other thing. More footage is coming though. So he's got some pics and stuff he'll send us. Oh, there we go, Trick. Girl, firing up.
So the Hardy Boys are in Philadelphia, which I'm sure is only going to further spark speculation.
I thought Jeff is still under contract.
That's what I thought too. I mean, I know there's been complaints about how they've been booked, but I don't think they're free of their contracts.
Well, I think Matt is.
Okay.
That's the thing. I don't think Jeff is though.
No, because he had a lot of that time off. I don't even see them being in Philadelphia as anything noteworthy. There's WrestleCons there. There's a lot of wrestlers in town. There's a lot of TNA wrestlers in town. WrestleCon is one of the biggest wrestling conventions. A lot of people go into those for autographs. Mm-hmm. Friend of the show, Scott, was there today.
AEW wrestlers in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot being made yesterday. I can't remember if it was in one of the TikToks or on the watch along. People talking about Brian Cage working out with Drew McIntyre and what do you make of that? And I was like, for me personally, maybe since I know the business a little bit, I don't think anything wild of it because these guys they work in the same field.
Right.
They've worked companies together, some of them. And why wouldn't they work out together?
Right. Yeah. Why would you want to work out with Brian Cage? You know?
It could mean something, but for the most part, I'd like to think that it's just, two guys in the same field in the same city.
Yeah. And they're smart enough where it's like, hey, this will create a little buzz, What I think is different now, though, again, now that we're kind of getting out of the Vince era a little bit, is that I don't think anybody is scared to take a picture or a video with each other anymore. I think that's the noteworthy part about this. That used to be a thing where you could get in trouble.
Yeah. And I mean,
That
we've
culture-
seen it with, we saw it with Bailey and Naomi being backstage at Big Business when Mercedes Moné debuted. Companies will, you can be in the building supporting your friend, and the company will have enough sense to, keep it private,
Right.
probably get you a spot where you won't be seen. Where back in the day, it would almost be like you could lose your job being spotted even in the vicinity of another event.
That happened to there was a WWE tag team. I want to say they were the Highlanders, and I don't know if the guy was Robbie. And there was like a couple of them, maybe Robbie and Rory, but I think the one that was Robbie got fired because he showed up to a TNA event, and they put a picture of him on the show.
Yep, I remember that story as well. Think about the classic thing between Jim Cornette and Santino, where Santino was in the crowd at an event, and it might have been an on-brand event,
Yeah.
but just Santino in the crowd, how he was reacting got used against him.
Yes.
So there's both official and there could be unofficial consequences for, just how you are at an event.
Yeah, John, I think Hunter is just a better leader. He's a fan, so it doesn't bother him if people are hanging out with others. I mean, that's what it seems like. Yeah, I don't think, I think Hunter is a guy that's, how do you put this, not crazy. He's not going to flip out over, things. Like if you have common sense,
Also, if you want to think about it in a different way too, Vince got into the business never as a worker in the business.
Right.
He's descended from wrestling management. Hunter came up in the business as a fan, as a worker. So I think he has maybe the wrestler's tendencies, well-being a little more in mind, knowing, what you can let people get away with, what is maybe towing the line, and then what is we should pull back on that.
Totally
and we
different.
haven't seen a lot of pullback on things.
Yeah, it's different. I remember Undertaker being on Steve Austin's Broken Skull podcast there. And one of the things they talked about was Vince had came up to him for one of the WrestleManias to Undertaker and said, I got a couple people you can work with, either Rob Van Dam or Ric Flair. And before Vince could even finish it, Taker was like, Ric Flair. And Vince was like, are you sure? And Taker's like, yeah. And because Taker said, I knew I was not going to have many opportunities to work with Ric Flair. I'd have plenty to work with Rob. And it's like, Vince doesn't get it. He doesn't understand it. That's the former, 16-time NWA heavyweight champion. Like that didn't mean anything to Vince. But for Taker and Steve, it was like, no, I want to work with Rick. This is absolutely. So
yeah. So not coming up in the business, you fundamentally look at the business different. So
yeah. And the incident you were talking about, I believe, Joe, too. I haven't looked this up, but I believe that was in Ohio Valley where Santino was in the audience, and it was the Boogeyman, I want to say, was doing his character, and Santino wasn't selling the character at all. He was kind of like making faces and kind of. I think his daughter was there, and Cornette was just pissed because he thought that he made the gimmick look weak. I believe is what happened.
Yep. So it's not exactly like going to somebody else's event, but there are showing up in an event. It's the expectations of the business. You don't go to others' events. You go to our events. Don't downplay our product.
Yeah. Here, Carmello hit that leg drop off the top.
I almost thought I was done there. I know. I've been taking in the match in the background and not commenting on it. We saw where Trick finally got that chair and was able to take it to Mello. Then the ref took the chair away from him. I was worried that was going to be the end of it with the low blow from Mello.
John, I'm interested, by the way, if you're still in there. Did you watch the Hall of Fame last night, and did anything stand out for you?
Trick missing that big boot, catching Mello with that knee, going to the pin, hooking the leg, 2, 3, got it.
Wow. Clean. Good God. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
So we were only wrong We missed one thing. No, we missed two things. Nope, just one thing, actually. I missed two things. Because you were right about the Oba Femi win.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really the win you wanted to go off the air with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, check it out when you can, John. I watched a little bit this morning, and Heyman definitely is just one of a kind. It was cool. Thunderbolt obviously is getting a little bit older, but it was cool to hear some of the stories about him that they talked about. Crazy. What a legend.
So NXT Stand and Deliver. I thought that was a great event going into starting the WrestleMania weekend. If your WrestleMania weekend starts with NXT, because not everybody is a fan of the indies. Some people, today is the day that WrestleMania kicks off. We've all been waiting for this. And I mean, the day is finally here. AJ is in Philadelphia. We have gotten through 2 of 4 watch-alongs. Trick is on top. Great early afternoon show.
Yeah. That was cool. That's awesome. You remember Thunderbolt as a kid. I always like hearing about that kind of stuff for me personally, because, you know, I remember the people I grew up on. For me, it was, I talk about all the time, Jimmy Snuka, Rowdy Piper, you know.
The show is not over till it fades to black.
I know.
Okay, it fades
That's
to
the
black.
one thing,
I saw
right?
that signature go up. I'm like, who could debut here? Well, folks, thank you for hanging around for a second one. I can't believe my voice did as well as it did today. Dave held it down for the most part.
Yeah.
Fun event. We're pretty good on our picks. We'll have to see if our luck carries through to WrestleMania Night 1.
We're doing good, Randy. We're going to see you all later. We're going to head out of here, though. Night 1, watch along, WrestleMania.
Yeah, we're going to end this because we got a little wrestling business to talk about. But before we handle wrestling business, let's handle podcast business. DrinkGameUp.com.
If you haven't tried Game Up, then you are missing out. Imagine your favorite seltzer and your favorite sports drink had a baby, but it's way better than that. Each can is 110 calories, low carb, 4.9 ABV. It's a nice light drink that is not light on flavor. Game Up comes in fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. Pick it up at drinkgameup.com or at your nearest liquor store.